adventurers and friends, welcome to the MNmaxed Podcast. We want to thank you for joining us, and you do so as we continue the Extinction Curse. A recap of Session 22. While still in the Hermitage of the Blessed Lightning, we come across a demonic ritual focused on a wolf. We decide to intervene, and we save the wolf, who becomes our friend. We then continue to explore and find a bunch of different empty animal pens. Then we find an animal pen that isn't empty. It's a bigger enclosure that looks like a jungle, and it has 2 leopards in it, who immediately break out of their woefully inadequate containment.
Initiative.
I don't want to fight them.
Are we just gonna submit to a TKP?
I don't want to hurt you. Just kill me.
All right, I guess let's roll up new characters. They're on the endangered species list, Tyler. I'm not going to have that on my conscience.
Panthers or leopards?
I have no idea. I just made it up.
No.
Probably both.
Quit making shit up. At the top of round 1 is the leopard who broke down the door. Is just outside the threshold of the pen entryway, and they have this ability called Aura of Smoke, and every creature within the aura is concealed, and that's a 10-foot. It says aura. I'm just going to treat it like an emanation. So what that's going to mean, Jebediah, Kestrel, Moonlight are all inside now that the smoldering leopard is active inside this aura of smoke.
So we can't see them?
It's considered concealed to you. Concealed.
Basic concealment, or...
No, just concealed is while you are concealed from a creature, such as in thick fogged, you are difficult for that creature to see. A creature that you're concealed from must succeed at a DC 5 flat check when targeting you with an attack, spell, or other effect. Area effects aren't subject to this flat check. So basically, if you want to attack it,
20% mischecks.
Yeah, if you want to attack it, you want to hit it, make a DC 5 flat check. The smoldering leopard, with its first action, makes an attack against Kestrel with its jaws.
So breaking the door down wasn't its first action?
No, that's just how combat was initiated.
Well, that doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, it doesn't when it rolls a 29 on initiative, but gets a 20 to hit Kestrel.
That will be a miss.
All right, then with its second action, it's going to try to bite you again and get an 18 to hit.
Miss again, I'm afraid.
And then just out of pure frustration makes a claw attack against you. And gets a 22 to hit.
I guess so.
Well, the claw attack gets you for 9 points of damage, 8 points slashing, and 1 point fire.
Interesting.
Burn, says it. Claws across your flesh. So then, after the smoldering leopard, it's Savatri's turn.
I'll move a little closer, so I'm within that 10. So I'm 10 feet away, and I'm gonna try to trip it.
Go ahead and make that DC 5 flat check first.
13.
Perfect.
And the trip, 25 to trip.
25 trips.
And third action, I will just take a swing with the whip again. No, I won't. I don't want to hurt it. I do nothing for my third action.
Then after Savatri, the other smoldering leopard that's still on the other side of the threshold, with one action, using something called the pounce action, the leopard strides and makes a strike at the end of that movement. The leopard leaps out from behind the bars of the cage, through the door, and attacks Moonlight for a 29 to hit.
Yeah. That's a critical.
Critical hit. Alright.
Go fuck yourself, leopard.
Yeah, I thought it was dogs that chased sticks, not cats.
This is going to be...
Unconsciousness for Moonlight.
Oh,
Yep.
25 points of damage against Moonlight.
Yep, I'm unconscious and dying too.
That was its first action. With its second action, it uses the pounce ability again.
Doesn't have like a flourish or anything. It can do that as many times as it wants.
Does not have any sort of trait that says it can only make this pounce offensive ability attack once per turn or anything like that. So with the leopard's second action, It will stride.
Can't wait till Bipolar Pop-Tart calls you fucking idiot.
Then that strike action against Savatri.
Why are you attacking me?
Because you're nearby.
There's 2 people closer than me.
Gets an 18 to hit.
Miss.
Yeah. Then with its third action, this isn't going to hit, but just to add to the whole situation, it's going to use an ability called Maul, which gives it 2 claw strikes against... Oh, a creature it has grabbed. Never mind.
Yes, I fucking thought.
That's what I fucking thought. Then it makes a claw attack against Kestrel. That's third action.
Just real quick, does it have to take the flat 5 check to be able to hit in its own smoke?
And no, it doesn't have to. It specifically says smoldering leopards can see through this concealment.
Well, you hit.
All right, with the 22, it looks like I do. That was the third attack. And that will deal 4 points of slashing damage and 2 points of fire damage.
All right.
And then that's its turn, which leads us over to Jebediah. It's your turn.
I want to do a 3-action heal, but I think I should attack. Okay, I'll swing at... I need to roll to hit him. Alright, well, my first attack misses. And then I'll make a second attack. 19!
19 hits, and the 10 that you rolled to overcome
15
a
damage.
That's a big solid hit. That's max damage for you. And this big black poof of smoke comes spurting out of the wound.
And I will be done.
All right. Then after Jebediah, Kestrel, it's your turn.
Action 1. Good in battle medicine, my friend Moonlight.
Don't hurt me this time.
I'll try not to. Well, I get a 12, which is a failure, so I'm going to use my hero point and attempt that again. And that time I get a 24, which
There you
succeeds. Moonlight, you will heal. Jesus. 2. You heal 2.
Gotta be fucking kidding me.
Well, at least you're up.
Fucking snake.
That's almost
eyes.
worse. Because now he's wounded 2. Yeah, it's almost
Wounded
worse.
1.
I'm only wounded 1. That was pointed out that when you go from dying to wounded, it's basically its own track.
With my second action, I will activate Flurry and attack the Smoldering Leopard 1. I get an 18 to hit, which looks like it misses.
You got it.
Second attack from Flurry, a 15 to hit, which will also miss. With my third action, I will cast Shield.
That's the bottom of round 1, which takes us back up to the top, where we've got the first Smoldering Leopard that burst through. He's going to make a jaw attack on Kestrel and is going to get a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. That is going to deal you 7 points of damage, 4 piercing and 3 fire. And with its second action, will use the grab creature ability. Doesn't have to make a save or attempt to do anything. It just sinks its teeth into your thighs and holds on.
Mm-hmm.
And then with its third action, Scorching Maul. The Smoldering Leopard makes 2 claw strikes against a creature it has grabbed. A creature hit by both claw strikes also takes 1d4 persistent fire damage. Both attacks count towards its multiple attack penalty, but the penalty increases only after both attacks are made.
I enjoy that it's doing all this while prone.
Did it? You tripped it?
Yeah, it's prone.
Fuck.
I mean, it can still do it while prone.
Yeah, it can still do it. I'm imagining it doing this while it's prone.
Okay. Yeah, it is prone, and technically you're right. It can do all this prone. So why not? Let's just keep it.
Latching onto his leg.
And then clawing frantically at it. So it's going to make 2 claw attacks, both at multiple attack penalty number 2. First one's going to be an 11 to hit. That's going to miss.
Critical miss.
Does that mean anything
Probably not.
particular? No? Okay. Then
It means
with
its turn's over. It's done.
No. Its second claw attack, using that ability, it's going to get an 11 to hit, which also misses.
Yes.
And that's its turn. That takes us over to Savatri. It's your turn.
Cool. I need to heal people. How much do I need to heal people?
Moonlight.
Do
all
the
of it.
big one.
Jeb's down 12, Kestrel's down 20, Moonlight's down 30. I'm just gonna do a fucking 3-action heal.
Maybe they'll be our friends.
There's one enemy there's one that's hurt.
Yeah.
Come on, 2d10. Not bad. 15.
Nice.
Everyone gets 15 HP.
Moonlight, it's your turn.
What will I do? I will stand up from prone. I don't see any really good options here. Second action to move away. Third action, let's just cast Tentacular Limbs for the fun of it. And that'll be my turn.
And after Moonlight, it's the other leopard's turn. And this leopard is going to make a jaw attack against Jebediah. Get a 26 to hit.
Okay.
Jeb is going to take 13 points of damage.
Jeez. They rolled bad on me.
2 fire. Is going to use its second
so I
action.
did 0 fire to me, so.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so then 11 points of damage. Then with its second action, it's going to grab you. That's going to spend that third action to make its Scorching Maul attack against
So
Jebediah.
if you're already grabbed by it, it could attack you 6 times in one turn.
Yeah,
You could do that
technically.
Scorching Maul 3 times if you're already grabbed, and grabbed lasts till the end of your the creature's next turn, right?
Yeah, I don't think grab works like that.
Grab until the end of its next turn.
It's specific then. Then yeah, I guess if it's grabbing you, it could technically attack you 6 times. Maybe don't let it do that.
Yeah. The monster automatically grabs the target until the end of the monster's next turn.
That being said, it did make 2 claw attacks against Jebediah. And the first claw attack misses. And the second one, it's a 21 to hit. Looks like it hits. Which is going to deal, would be 7 points of damage, but is only actually 6. Because one of that damage is fire. Jeb don't fucking care about fire. Well, at least not that much. That's going to be that leopard's turn. That takes us over to Jebediah. It's your turn.
I attack it. Did I already use my hero point? Yeah, I did. Done. I swung and missed several times.
Then after Jebediah, Kestrel, it's your turn. You're also currently being grabbed.
Yes. So I will attack the one that is... I mean, that's not going to stop me from attacking the one that's to my west, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I'm going to attack the one to the west, since that's also the one that Jeb can hit. First action, we will activate Key Strikes. Second action, Flurry of Blows. Attack 1 is a 28.
So that hits. Hold on a second.
While it's grabbed, or
Yeah.
grabbing, it should be in the also have the grabbed effect on it, doesn't it?
That's not the way it works in this game.
Really?
Yeah.
Grab does no negatives to the creature doing the grab, apparently.
I deal at 5 damage, 3 of which is Force.
All right.
And my second attack with Flurry, I get a 23 to hit it.
That hits.
6 damage, 4 of which is Force.
Nice.
With my third action, I will again cast Shield. Let me roll d20s to see if I hit. So here's for the first attack. I do.
Yep.
And the second attack, I don't. So I don't actually deal it that second 6 damage. And then, yes, if it could give me a Fortitude save.
All right. It's going to get a 13 on the Fortitude save.
That is a failure, so it is stunned 1.
That takes us up to the top of round 3, where we have the leopard who is grabbing Kestrel.
It is also still prone.
He has to decide how badly he wants to piss off his players here. Which, I mean, I'll admit is perfectly within his right.
Right. It's not Tyler's fault.
Uses its first action to stand up from prone, which I see no reason why I couldn't do that while grabbing you. Right?
Oh, yeah. Seems fine to me.
Then with its second action, do the Scorching Maul attack. Now because you're grabbed, you're flat-footed. And of course, it has sneak attack. So here comes the first claw attack. Ooh, nat 1 on the die. That's a miss.
It is.
Second claw attack, 20 to hit.
Only because I'm flat-footed.
All right, then is going to deal you 12 points of damage from the normal attack, with an additional 4 from the sneak attack because you're flat-footed.
All right.
A total of 16 damage. And then with its third action, grabs you again, so that it maintains grab through the turn and then through its next turn.
All right.
And that takes us over to Savatri.
I do another 3 action heal. 10 HP.
Moonlight, it's your turn.
Stupid cat needs to give me a will save.
All right. It gets a 10.
Fails. Man, it could have been one lower, and I could have critically failed. I'm casting Phantom Pain. So I was going to take 4 mental damage.
Okay. And this is the one that's grabbing onto Kestrel right now.
Yeah, it's the only one I can see. And it's also going to be take Persistent and Sickened. Final action, I will cast Shield.
After Moonlight, we go over to the leopard that is currently grabbing Jebediah.
And this is my question. Is it currently grabbing me? It got stunned.
Ooh, good question. Fuck.
You become senseless.
Yeah, and stunned is you can't act. I mean,
That's
grabs. This one seems to be a GM call. And I'm going to say that, yeah, in this particular circumstance, there's no way that I could keep pressure down on your leg to be able to continue grabbing you. So you're right. You are no longer grabbed. This leopard does lose its first action because it is stunned 1. Makes a jaw attack. Gets a 28 to hit. Deals Jebediah 14 points of damage. Nope. 12 points of damage because 2 of that was fire. And will spend its third action to grab you. Jeb, it's your turn.
Alright. I'll give Turtle, and she'll go right here and attack this one with the claw attack. I mean, bite. 25?
That hits.
So it would be
5
flat-footed also.
Oh yeah, I didn't put
I don't-
flat-footed on that. Did that crit by chance?
Probably not, but
With a 27? No, 27 does not crit.
Oh, and I did the it's 6 damage total.
Alright.
And then I'll swing at it. I get a 12 to attempt to hit it, and then I get a 16 to fail. And then I roll my dice again, because these guys are really fun.
That
And I
technically
get a
makes
5. Not technically, it does.
It does.
And I miss again, and I'll be done.
Kestrel, it's your turn.
Action 1, flurry of blows against Smoldering Leopard number 1. 15 to hit, which is going to miss. Second attack. Nat 20. Let's roll a d20, see if I actually hit. That's another nat 20, so yes.
Nice. Okay. Critical hit. Let's see it.
I deal it 8 damage. Action 2, we will just attempt to hit one more time. Get a 16, so that'll miss. Action 3 will be shield and also please a fortitude save.
Fortitude save of 20.
It succeeds. That is the end of my turn.
That was the bottom of round 3. We go up to the top of round 4. This is the leopard that is currently grabbing Kestrel and will use its maul attack. First will be a 14 to hit.
Miss.
And the second claw attack will be a 22 to hit.
Will hit.
And that's going to deal you 9 points of damage plus an additional 1 sneak attack damage.
All right.
And then I don't see any reason why it just wouldn't use Scorching Maul again. It's a little bit of a crit fish situation because it's going to be at a third multiple attack penalty, but Kestrel, here come 2 more claw attacks. Ooh, 1 on the die.
A 4 will miss.
And the second attempt, 17.
Miss.
All right. Then with its third action, we'll grab once more to continue that condition. Oh, and we'll take, at the end of its turn, 2 points of mental persistent damage. Only get an 8 to try to overcome the persistent damage. Moonlight's Phantom Pain does work. After that, the wolf that's in the other room is kind of seeing everything like play out here a little bit and seeing these leopards just ripping the party to pieces. The wolf is going to spend its first action to stride into the room and use its second action to attack the leopard that is currently grabbing Kestrel. And gets a 23 to hit. That's going to hit it and deal it 12 points of damage. And then is going to use its third action for an ability that it has called Knockdown. And Knockdown just basically knocks him prone.
Go wolf.
Then after the wolf, Savatri, it's your turn.
Sabatri will try to trip leopard number 1 that's holding Jeb and gets a 10 hero point. Gets a 26 trip it.
26 does it.
And then I'm just gonna hit it with the whip. Miss. Let's try it again. Miss.
All
That's my
right.
turn.
And after Savatri trips the leopard and misses twice, Moonlight, it's your turn.
I guess I'm going to try to telekinetic projectile this one that I can see. That is going to be a 23 to hit.
That'll do it.
I don't know. What can I pick up around here?
I mean,
I guess I just use a book out of my bag.
There's
you
a bunch
always,
of rocks and
you always have the book
twigs and
option.
stuff.
It's true. There's
Yeah.
rocks
sure.
lining the pond.
Well, we'll call that bludgeoning anyways. Almost minimum damage, 7.
7 points of damage as rock comes flying and hits that leopard in the back of the head.
And third action, we'll shield again.
Then after Moonlight, it is the leopard that is currently grabbing Jebediah. It's prone. It's going to spend its first action to stand from prone. Use its second action to do the Scorching Maul ability. First claw attacks can be 26 to hit.
These are...
And will deal 8 points of damage because Jebediah resists 1 fire damage. And make a second claw attack and get a 27 to hit. That will deal Jeb 7 points of damage. He's resisting 2 fire on that one.
Just to fuck us a little more, you're forgetting the sneak attack damage.
No, I was going to do that all kind of at the end here because a creature hit by both claw strikes also takes 1d4 persistent fire damage. So, yeah, I suppose we'll kind of do this all at once there. Here's the 2 sneak attack from the strikes. Jeb take an additional 3 damage. And you now have 1d4 persistent fire damage on you. With its third action, it is going to maintain the grab. Jebediah, it's your turn.
I'll use a 2-action heal on myself, which is 2d8 plus 16. It's 23, right? Am I done? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 23.
And then I will swing at the creature.
Die, leopard, die.
27.
Ooh, 27 hits.
6. We're done. Oh, I guess I need to do the 20 thing.
Yep, d20 for your persistent damage.
Never mind, I'm no damage. Done.
And Jeb, you'll take an additional 1 point of persistent fire
0 damage.
That which is, you're right, is 0. All right, then Kestrel, it's your turn.
Well, since the one to my south has now been damaged more than the one to my west, I don't want to split damage, but let's try and kill this thing since we've got the wolf on our side, who didn't move into flanking like a fool. Action 1 will be Flurry of Blows. A 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
I will deal it 2 damage. Second attack will be a 15 to hit, which looks like it misses.
It does.
Let me roll that d20 to see if I actually do hit. I get a 10, so I do.
That does.
And is that 23 you rolled? It's Fortitude save, it looks like.
That is correct. 23 Fortitude save against Stunning Fist.
Stunning Fist, it succeeds. With my second action, I think I'm actually going to Battle Medicine myself. I get an 11 and fail. Not a critical fail, though. And with my third action, I will cast Shield, and that is the end of my turn.
After Kestrel, top round 5, the leopard who is grabbing Kestrel is prone, so is going to spend its first action standing up. And with its second action is going to do the Scorching Maul ability. First one is a nat 20 on the die. That's critical hit. 14 points of damage to Kestrel.
Pretty shit rolls.
Thank goodness. And make a second claw attack. 21 to hit.
Hit. Should be a miss.
Because it's
I'm
grabbing
flat-footed.
you. Yeah. 7 points of damage to Kestrel. Kestrel, you now have 1d4 persistent fire damage now as well.
All right.
All right, then that's its turn.
Sneak attack damage.
Thank you. It's 2 of those hit, didn't they? 5 more damage. Kestrel.
Kestrel goes down.
Kestrel goes unconscious. Kestrel is laying in a heap, being chewed on by a leopard, and is slightly on fire. It's the wolf's turn. The wolf will spend its first action attacking this leopard, making a jaw attack. Gets 27 to hit, and will deal that leopard 12 points of damage. Use its second action to knock it down, and then its third to make another bite attack. Gets 20 to hit, that hits. Deals it 12 damage and kills it. The wolf comes in and completely mauls the leopard that just put Kestrel down and rips its throat out.
I enjoy that this wolf is doing more than any of us.
Well, because the damage dealers, I mean, Moonlight actually is dealing decent damage, but Jeb and I keep getting grabbed and just kind of controlled and are
Yeah, that
rolling
makes
poorly.
sense.
Well, and are rolling really shitty. I mean,
your guys.
when you guys do hit, you miss because of the concealment.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. We're gonna prove that you're superior players.
Well, see, the thing is,
overcome this challenge.
because Jeb,
Because of the wolf.
but
because
that's the
of the
thing.
wolf.
That's like both in the crypts, like in the catacombs, that went so well because we didn't just combat. We got those guys on our side, and this is going to turn because we didn't just combat. We got the wolf on our side. Like
100%.
I mean, yeah, those are advantages that we have earned as players.
True. It's Savatri's turn.
2-action heal on, was it Kestrel instead?
Yeah, boy,
Kestrel. You get 32 HP.
Whoa. Big fucking heal from Savatri.
3rd action, I try to trip Leopard 1.
All right.
The power of Callistria.
Oh, shit.
That was my last heal, by the way. And I failed the trip with a 15.
That was your last heal.
Yeah, I'm out of heals.
It's like 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm out of
worry,
heals.
all four of mine are gone too.
What, you prepared 4 and they're all gone?
Yup.
I've used 2 of my 3 level 2 spells.
Tyler, have you been
today.
paying attention to tonight at all?
I mean, I have been paying attention. It's just one of those like, wow, the amount of resources you guys are dumping into this encounter to come out on top is amazing right now.
To come out on
You
top
mean to not
wipe?
fucking
To
die?
survive.
Hey,
To survive.
surviving is coming out on top.
Tyler, go fuck
A
yourself.
bunch of pessimists.
This is gonna be one of those days where we're just like, nope, fuck it. We're going into that shed outside and we're resting for 24 hours.
Fuck you.
I brought my full 6-person tent. I've got all sorts of food and drink on my mule. We're good, man.
Moonlight. It's your turn.
Moonlight moves to the south of the leopards, and we'll use telekinetic projectile on the one that's still alive. Nat 20. Something actually went right tonight for me.
Crit hit.
I suppose this is a target spell, isn't it? I gotta roll.
It is. You do have to make that roll.
I got a 15.
That makes it.
Grab some more rocks. We're gonna do it 25 damage.
Holy shit.
2
Solid.
6s, a 4, and a 1. That crit damage was both 6s.
Nice.
That was fucking impressive.
I think that's my new highest damage done in one turn.
I think so too. The big rock just crashing into the leopard that's grabbing onto Jebediah. Is that your turn?
And then, yeah, I moved and then
Oh, you did
cast,
move.
so.
Alright. Then after Moonlight, it is the remaining leopard's turn. This one is the one that is grabbing onto Jebediah. This one will use its first action for the Scorching Maul attack. First claw is a 26 to hit. Second claw is a 19 to hit. Do they both hit?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think the persistent damage stacks, so I don't think that matters.
Persistent damage of the same type does not stack.
So we're not too worried about that. However, you are going to take... You will take 22 points of damage after your resistance as it claws at you frantically. With the second action, it's going to grab you once more to make sure that that pertains and persists through. And then make another claw attack. Oh, nat 20 on the die. 20 points of damage to Jebediah. Jeb goes down to dying 2 because it's from a critical hit. Kestrel, it's your turn. You have 32 hit points now, but you're prone.
Yes. With my first action, I will stand. With my second action, I will activate Flurry of Blows and attack this panther that just took down my friend Jab. Well, that's a nat 20. Let's see if I hit. I do. So we will deal it 8 damage. And it looks like that takes it down.
That kills it outright.
With my third action, I will Battle Medicine Jeb. And I succeed. Jeb, you immediately heal 11 damage.
Jeb, you're conscious again. And you're wounded 1 is how that goes, right?
Correct.
And then I also need to make a flat check to try and not be on fire, I guess.
Yeah. Well, here, let me go ahead and pass the turn so you take that fire damage anyways. Take 4 points of persistent fire damage.
I do not succeed.
I help pat out the fire.
Yeah, I start dousing myself. I run to the pond. I jump in the pond.
God, there you go. I'll allow it.
I start treating wounds and shit. And
Be a
sleep.
good way to put it out.
Yeah, do we want to stay in this room or get out of this room?
Let's just stay in this room and not move and find new enemies.
I mean, it hasn't even been an hour since we treated wounds last time.
Probably
Let's sit here for a few hours to heal.
Yeah.
Because Jeb's down 32.
I close the doors.
What doors? There's no doors to close in here.
There are no doors to close.
Oh,
in
I
here.
thought those were like two open doors. I see. I was not looking at that correctly.
You guys don't want to search through anything after all of that stress and
Why would we search a bunch of
Effort.
animal pens?
I don't know.
Because he's telling us to.
Fucking A right I am.
17.
Sabatri doesn't care about animal pens. She's more worried about healing Jeb.
That's true.
Which I don't think Jeb ever actually had anybody try treating wounds before on him.
I actually
He
think you're
wasn't
right.
hurt.
Yeah, you're right. He
So
didn't
I'm
get
gonna,
it
I'm
last
gonna
time.
try to treat wounds. It's a critical success.
Yeah, it is. 20 on the die.
And decent rolls. Jeb, you get 21 HP. I feel more comfortable searching.
That also removes the wounded condition off of him.
Kestrel's the only one who still has a wounded condition then? Or, oh,
No, Moonlight has it.
Moonlight has it. So Moonlight and Kestrel are currently wounded 1. And Jebediah, after Savatri heals you up, you can kind of take a glance around. You guys all search. You do find in the cupboards that are right at the the entry of the animal care area here, you find 2 gloves. Very nice, supple leather gloves.
I fucking burn them.
Detect magic.
They're magic. They're healer's gloves.
You can soothe the willing adjacent creature's wounds, restoring 2d6 plus 7. It's a single action. Plus 1 item bonus to medicine checks.
Basically looking at a...
Once per day. Yeah, I'll wear them. Give them to me.
So yeah,
not-
what I would say is what we should probably do is maybe we could even go outside. Like we could go to the shed and we could just go to my tent.
well,
How
and
about
here's-
we just go back to the kitchen,
the kitchen, yeah,
barricade
barricade
ourselves
the
back
doors
in.
to the kitchen.
Let's just go back to the fucking circus.
some food.
Like,
Yeah, kitchen.
I'll go make up some food. We're good.
We're just gonna hang out there for the day and
You think we can hang out in the kitchen for like 24 hours?
team bonding. Yep.
and nobody's gonna come for lunch?
we'll cook them lunch.
How many things are
How
still
many
alive
people
here?
can still be here? I mean, we even killed 2
I
extra ones.
imagine there's a boss. I'm imagining there's a boss left, and it's probably in that room as locked.
And he's just walking through the hallways. going,
You're not gonna just have
"Hello?
the boss come out of the locked room that we're supposed to
Hello?
like work to get into.
Is anybody here? Where are you guys?
And that's when we lure him into the kitchen and I poison him.
That's how this whole thing's gonna go.
Well, let me try to heal up people with medicine here quick. So, Kestrel, I'm gonna roll on you. That's a critical success.
Nice.
You get 15.
Well, I'm good.
Spend another 10 minutes for Jeb. 22. He gets Snake Eyes,
Ouch.
2 HP.
Ouch.
And 10 minutes for Moonlight, who gets 4.
During that time, I regained my tentacular limbs.
I think I need my focus spell too, so I don't know. We basically spend like an hour, basically, or 40
Well-
minutes.
Let's have mechanic stuff out of the way. You guys are standing just outside of this habitat with the door broken down, the 2 smoldering black leopard bodies laying at your feet, with just smoke rising. The wolf with the red stripe down its the crest of its fur down to its tail just kind of sits and looks at Jebediah and has his tongue loll out of its mouth and just starts panting.
This thing is my murder buddy, right?
Oh yeah, fuck one of the panthers up. In fact, the wolf actually stands up and looks at Turtle and kind of like gets down on his haunches a little bit and kind of strafes back and forth a little bit. His tail's wagging.
Is he trying to
kinda-
brawl?
No, he's just like sniffing Turtle out right now.
Turtle thinks this wolf's trying to get in on Jeb.
Maybe the wolf's trying to get in on Turtle. Maybe
We're gonna
Turtle
keep
could be
the
your
wolf
pet.
long enough for me to get lycanthropy.
Turtle could be your pet, and the wolf could be Turtle's pet. So you could spend 1 action to give Turtle 2 actions. Then Turtle could spend 1 action to give the wolf 2 actions.
Do we want to go finish off searching those rooms?
So we rested for an hour, healed up a bit.
Yep.
So we just have aquarium room?
We have a bunch of doors that at least Moonlight assumes are more bedrooms, and then one door in the mosaic room that we haven't opened yet. It looks
It's
like
the aquarium room.
aquarium room, and then the double doors that said we needed to cleanse the hermitage before they would open. So looks like we're going
So we
room to
gotta,
room.
Clean this place like Clorox and shit?
Just walk across that prestidigitation the whole way.
Alright, I will descend into the hallway then again.
We'll come with him.
And I'm not even gonna look at it. I'm just gonna open them and see if that's all there. Until
Just
I
kick
see
every
something
single
that's
door open.
Yes, right off the hinges.
All right. So the party just kind of follows Jebediah as he goes on a door-kicking spree.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I mean, that's all the doors in the northern section of the hermitage that haven't really been opened, but these are all hermit rooms. One thing I want to get across to you is that every door that you kick in, Jebediah is not really paying much attention to what he's kicking. He's just kicking the door. Is there something living in there? No. Moving on. But as the rest of you walk by, you can see that there's some pretty gruesome scenes in some of these rooms. There are murals painted with blood that look like possibly demon lords of some kind. You see a lot of really spiky, unintelligible runes scratched into the walls and onto the wooden furniture all over the place. Everything's really unkempt. You can see more in these rooms than you did in the others. Some of the visual manifestation of this corruption, which you don't really fully understand yet as to where exactly it may have come from. You kick the doors all the way to the end of the hallway, and there are no living beings in any of them.
Didn't see
No,
that coming at all.
Now on the right side of the hallway, you also have 3 more doors. Kicking those open too?
Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, I'm not Jeb, but also, yeah.
So we're moving more to the east, you said? And
You know, in
what's
various.
the final one?
The final
It's like
one's
another latrine.
It's a privy, yeah. The final one's another privy. This one has 3 holes.
I
They
love
don't have-
how they're just open, like there's
Right.
3 people sitting in there shooting at the same time.
Well, yeah, they don't have any dividers or anything.
You
No
hold hands
dividers,
to
no
support each other?
seats. Just
Have you ever taken a shit and just stared deeply into another man's eyes?
No.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the stuff.
You know what I say about closed doors?
That's not how you make friends. Open it up, Jeb. Let's give him a hug.
make sure you
All right.
knock first.
So you open the door to this room.
The
These
master's
Hey,
suite.
crap, that's a big room.
it looks like there's 2 chambers here, like this beginning chamber, the entry chamber. The first thing you walk into, it looks like an office of some sort. There's a small desk on the western side of the office walls. It's not very big. It's only 10 feet wide, 15 feet deep. It has a few chairs that are in here. It's lined with bookcases. It looks like that it might be lined with, historical and religious lore, bestiaries, beast fables, the occasional adventure story. But beyond the office, you walk into a bedroom with a big double bed, compared to a lot of the single or twin beds that you've been seeing in all the other hermit cells. The bedroom is furnished with an armoire, a metal bathtub. It looks like there's a nightstand next to the bed. Just a nice room.
All right.
So I guess we'll do
I'm
a
gonna
perception check in this room.
Shit.
Moonlight gets 21. See if there's anything that jumps out as special or interesting
23.
or valuable.
Savatri gets a 26.
Savatri, you find tucked in the drawer of the side table or the nightstand next to the bed, you see a journal. There's a journal in here. You also find the desk contains a recent letter from looks like a distant Gazran Abbey, and there are a couple of scrolls rolled in with this letter parchment. There's also a small cash box in one of the desk drawers that contains, wait for it, 29 gold points.
Yep, man, 29 gold. Fuck the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, let's get the last room. We're good. They can rule the world. It's fine.
No, let's take a look at the diary first. What language is it in? Is it in common?
It's in common.
I guess I'll skim through the diary quick, and I'll pass the scrolls over to our druid, see if he recognizes the scrolls.
I'll give Jebediah the chance to identify these. Jeb, do you have any sort of way to identify it outside of a nature check, like a cantrip or something that does this?
I mean,
There are
outside of
one,
detect
two-
magic, no.
Okay,
No, I
there's
just think that identifies anything.
Yeah, you just have to spend 10 minutes using a skill related to the spell.
And in the case of all three of these, they would all be nature checks.
Shock.
And my character can know that, because they look like nature checks?
No, not
Because, I mean, if I say, unless I could... Because if
How
I don't
about-
know it's a nature store, would I know to even...
How about
I can
this?
identify?
I mean, I guess
The
Savatri made an
scrolls-
educated guess that they're in nature because we're in a fucking druid palace.
Yeah, Druid Hermitage would kind of
Yeah.
make me assume primal.
Jebediah, you actually, when you get the scrolls and you take a look at them, you see that they are actually written in Druidic.
I can read that! I'll explain to everyone here how to read Druid quick. And oh shit.
You have no more
Fuck.
powers.
Yeah, the scrolls are written in Druidic, so it's very obvious that they are, in fact,
I'll make a
primal spells.
solid attempt at 28. Is this a bulk check, or you want 3 of them?
I want 3 of them.
Or we're gonna fail 2, get 1.
Okay, I'll roll a d3 for me.
Uno.
After 30 minutes of looking through the 3 scrolls, you're only really able to identify one of them. The one that you're able to identify is a scroll of personal rain cloud.
You bastard, I wanted you to say that like lightning storm one.
Personal rain cloud. So you get to have a rain cloud that like just hovers over your head, always raining.
It's really just depressing.
I would say,
God.
I'm having a bad day today. You just turn the rain cloud on.
That'd be so funny. Oh my god.
Savatri, the journal. The journal is very, very interesting.
Interesting to like Ted or interesting to Savatri?
Let's go ahead and just give you what's in the book, and you tell me whether or not Savatri finds it interesting. So on the first couple of pages, you find a very detailed set of sketches to something that's been labeled as the Aaron Tower.
Aaron
And-
Tower?
Aaron, Erran. That's the same. You're on the Isle Aaron
Yeah.
right now. This tower, you kind of see, it's not exactly a pyramid. But it's not exactly a straight, 2 parallel sides tower. It looks like it's made of a solid stone. The interesting thing about this particular drawing is that there is like a golden circular object that looks like says rotates around the tower, out of reach from the top of the tower, but equal to the height of the top of the tower.
I've been on this island for a while. Do I do I know what this tower is, or have I heard of it?
You do. In fact, if you think back, this is actually something that would have been on the far distance of the horizon as you were traveling to the Hermitage. Anybody who's been on the Isle Aaron, you can see the Aaron Tower. So it's a prominent feature of the island. In that sense, it is instantly recognizable. Well, then, as you guys are standing in Harlock Hamdeal's bedroom, you can only assume it's his. You've heard that he leads the Hermitage, and this is clearly, after exploring the whole thing, must be the bedroom and office of the person who leads it. You have the discussion as to whether or not to go open the door or sleep.
I think we're gonna choose sleep. I think we have to. The only question is, where do we want to do it? Do
What
we
time
wanna
of
go
day
back
was
to
it
the kitchen?
again?
I think it's pretty early still.
Isn't it like morning?
It's still pretty fucking early.
Swanee, are you like completely out of spells?
We're both out of like all of our healing, aren't we? I have a 2nd level heal, actually. That's it. I don't know if you're trying to make a point to not sleep. I wasn't sure where you're getting it.
Oh, I am out of heals.
Oh,
I have a single magic weapon spell left. I am out of spells. I just wanted to see where we're actually at with spells, so.
The wolf had followed you into the room here, but he kind of pops his head out. You know, like a dog does. He's sitting at the foot of the bed near where Jebediah has been looking at the journal. Pops his head up, looks around, and then starts head hunched down, walking towards the doorway into the office and the room here.
Well, it seems like this wolf is telling us something, so...
Yeah, pretty prepared to ignore it, but
Well, let's see what the wolf was getting its hackles up for. Is the right word hackles? Isn't
It is.
yeah, it is.
Wolf kind of steps. You guys didn't close the door into Harlock's suite here, so he kind of pokes his head out through the door and slowly pads through the aquarium room up to the door, and he kind of sniffs at the door.
I think the wolf would like us to encounter whatever bastard's behind this door.
that's not what he said.
I mean, I will take your word for it. You're the druid.
Well, did it speak to us, or was that writing on the wall, on the door?
No, it spoke to you. The door itself.
I try to interact with it again, see if I have done the cleansing.
Is everybody kind of approaching the door?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm actually gonna take a step back just in case.
Moonlight's hiding behind one of these pillars.
That's just the most cautious tank in the planet.
But I'm also really fast, so if shit goes down, I can get in there.
That's true. As the party kind of approaches, the wolf notices and looks behind him that Jebediah is approaching and just kind of takes a seat. And Jebediah, as you get closer, the door swirls to life. And how many keys do you guys have? Do you have two? 2 keys.
Yeah, they looked identical, right?
They
I think
did.
you had said.
Yeah, they're 2 obviously Gazran keys. The doors swirl to life. The beasts that are decorating this door turn to Jebediah and speak in unison.
The corruption that has shut this door has been cleansed of heritage. The only corruption that remains is beyond this door.
And it opens wide into
Fucking sentient door?
yes.
I thought it was just like a fucking recorded message the first time.
Nope, sentient door.
All right then.
Well,
I don't want to enter it until it gives me consent.
oh, it just opened itself to you.
All right.
The door opens into a large and resplendent shrine to Gazra, the wind and the waves. The floor, which bears a mosaic depicting Gazra's battle against Rovagug in the defense of all creation, is broken by 2 narrow moats, one filled with churning water and the other with shrieking winds. 4 slender bridges cross these moats, which appear bottomless. At the far end of the chamber is a raised dais with an altar in front of 2 massive statues. One depicts a bearded storm elemental holding aloft a bolt of lightning. The other is a stern woman wearing clothing of sea foam and wearing an ornate coral crown.
What a fucking room.
This is a fucking room.
Some beautiful artwork on the map, though.
It really
is.
is. That's very cool.
In
Moats? Did you say moats?
moats,
Bottomless moats? Of
Bottomless
air and
moats.
water?
of air and water.
I don't know how you would know that they were bottom. It's like you can't really see that far through water and turbulent wind.
Eh.
Of course, and in typical styling, there are also some creatures in this room. In the room, there's a male priest standing next to the altar over the body of a bald man in gray robes. And as you enter the room, that priest turns to you with rage and fire in his eyes. In front of him, just on the main floor below the raised dais, is a woman who has 2 lizards attached to chains around her wrist, and the chains go to collars around the necks of these big lizards, and the lizards have like green spittle dripping from the corners of their mouths as they're hissing. That kind of hits the stone and sizzles as it dissipates.
Dais.
Dais?
Yeah.
What if I... whatever.
Dais.
Dais.
Sounds like 2 new pets to me.
Yeah, we've got a couple more animals to have.
As you enter the room, the male priest at the top goes, "Who are you?"
I'm Jeb.
He looks taken aback for a moment and goes, "Jeb, what are you doing here?"
When I hear that there's words happening, I'll come in and move up with Jeb.
"Who's this?"
That's Jeb too.
I play along with Jeb.
Yes, my name is Jeb, too.
"This is highly unorthodox."
Well, you should know you're the priest.
His eyes dart left and right for a second as he mulls over the thought and goes, "Yes, I do know this."
I lean back over the door.
Jeb's 3 and 4. Come in here and have fun with us.
Jeb 3 reporting for duty.
As you guys are all pouring in here, the lizards are pulling tight against the chains around this very muscular woman's wrists, and she's holding them back right now. "And who are these people? You're none of the hermits."
We had to let the hermits go. This is your new cook.
Hi, I'm Jeb 3.
I'm your brewmaster, Jeb 2.
And I'm your security, Jeb.
I'm a tree.
There's too many Jebs, and did that tree just talk? Attack them!
Wait, that's why you're going to attack? Because we have a talking tree?
You're a heathen.
It's witchcraft, obviously.
It's obviously witchcraft. Attack them? Yeah, go ahead and roll me initiative.
You got it.
As soon as the priest that is standing on the dais gives the order to attack, we assume attack positions, and Kestrel, you go first.
I sure do. So I'm going to do some movements here. At least first, I want to move to here and being sure to avoid an attack of opportunity from the southern lizard. I am to the south of the dais, within the first ring of the Venn diagram of moats. I run over the bridge. And what kind of check do you want me to make to jump up there onto the dais? Or can I just do a leap action?
Dude, that's just the leap action.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if it does have a vertical component to it,
It doesn't really. I mean, yes, the dais is raised, but it's not raised, several feet. Just some stairs leading up to the altar.
Yeah, I mean, since the leap action, you can move up to 3 feet vertically and 5 feet horizontally onto an elevated surface.
But even then, that's not even necessary. Yeah,
I'm just going to parkour it. I'm getting up there with the caster. And I'm to the caster's southwest, basically behind him. With my second action, I will, that's going to have to be my third action. I will cast shield.
Okay. Kestrel moves all the way to the back next to the priest.
But you got all the way there and then just cast shield.
Yes, because I'm afraid everything's going to attack me, and I want to not die.
Good idea.
I'm a tank, not a cannon.
Well, then we're gonna go down to the next in order, and the priest that's standing on the dais looks down at the woman holding the lizards and says, "Encrisha, release the lizards now!" She uses her first action to unravel the chains from her right arm, and her second action to unravel the chains from her left arm. With her third action, will stride up the dais and go adjacent to Kestrel. And then it is the lizard that's on the southern side, on the southern bridges, will use its first action to stride across the bridges to the side of the moats where the players are on, and scuttles up to Savatri with one action. With its second action is going to bite Savatri. No, he's not. Rolls a natural 1 on the die. And it's gonna make a second attack against Savatri for a 19 to hit.
That is my AC.
Okay. Then that's gonna be 7 points of piercing damage. The corrosive acid that is dripping from its jaws gets stuck on you. You have like dripping corrosive acid coming off of your armor and digging into your skin. You have 1d6 persistent acid damage.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you.
No reflex save or
incredible.
anything, just automatically happens.
Yeah, you just have it.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. It's Jebediah's turn.
Well, I don't want the horde to die, so. Sorry. I'll step up, use positions to also get Turtle in position. Any reaction from the lizard when Turtle passes by?
Not at all.
Alright. I'll have Turtle do a bite. 16 to hit. Flanking.
With flanking, 16 does hit.
Okay. 7 damage.
That was
Then-
Turtle. Do you get an attack?
Yep, I'll take a swing as well. So 14 misses. Done. I'll be done.
All right, then after Jebediah, it is Moonlight's turn.
Okay, Moonlight will start off by pointing their finger out, and this little black bead flies forward and just, it seems to suck all sound into it before just exploding in a burst of sound.
Is this spell a sound burst?
You know, it is. It is sound.
Oh.
Boom. Then Fortitude save from the male priest on the dais is a 17, and the female She-Hulk was a 21.
Alright, so the priest fails, the retainer succeeds. Why do I roll such shitty damage with this spell? It's 2d10, I deal 6 damage to the priest, fucking 3 damage to the retainer. I just rolled the shittiest damage with this spell. And then I do believe on a failure, the priest is deafened for 1 round. And with my final action, tentacular limbs.
After Moonlight, it is the corrosive lizard that's on the northern side of the room. This one uses an action called Lurching Charge, takes 2 actions, and it strides up to double its speed, which just basically means it skitters all the way up to Jebediah, flanking with his partner, and at the end, he makes a jaw strike. And if the lizard moved at least 20 feet away from its starting position, it gains a +2 circumstance bonus to this attack roll, which it does. Gets 21 to hit.
Yeah.
It's going to deal Jebediah 9 points of piercing damage, and is also going to leave just dribbles of acid, corrosive acid, all over your armor and your arm where it bit you.
Okay.
Yes. He's going to then make his third action is going to be a grab action. So you are now grabbed as he's got your arm, like your forearm, firmly in its grip.
Fucking grabbed.
Then that's
Seems to
gonna-
be a trend.
Yeah, it sure does.
That's going to bring us down to our deafened spellcaster. He puts his pinky in his ear and goes, "Maw."
It only makes a difference if the action has the auditory trait. Otherwise, deafened is way less impressive than it was in 1E. Like 1E, it seriously fucked with any caster.
It's kind of just fine. All right.
Now it's like, unless you're a bard, fuck, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Then the priest will spend all 3 actions casting a spell. It is Savatri's turn.
Savatri will cast Magic Weapon on Jeb on his Borax.
Borax.
Third action. Did we ever figure out, so if I trip while he's grabbing him, does that affect the grab condition?
You know, it's a really interesting question that we haven't found any direct ruling on. So I think I'm going to say it depends on the situation. In this case, we've got a medium-sized lizard and a Jeb. So grappling onto his arm. If you trip a lizard, it's already very low to the ground, so it's not going to make a huge difference. I'm going to say it won't affect the grab.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do it anyways, just because that will help Jeb. I'm going to attempt to trip lizard number 2. I get a 13. I'm assuming that won't do it.
It will not.
So that's my turn.
Then after Savatri, we're going to the top of round 2. Kestrel.
Kestrel is going to take a step action to his north. He is now directly behind the priest and to the northwest of the retainer. I make an athletics check to shove the retainer, because directly behind the retainer is a moat.
You are correct. Most certainly is.
This has to beat the retainer's
Fortitude DC.
Fortitude DC, yeah. I am going to action point that. I get a 9 total. This is just too badass to fail. So we're going to try one more time.
Hero point.
Hero point. That's a nat 20.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay. So
Worth it?
the shove action means that when you get a critical success, you push your opponent up to 10 feet away from you.
Yep.
You
I choose
can-
only 5.
You can stride after it, but you must move the same distance and in the same direction.
I am not going to stride.
Okay. Then why don't you go ahead and describe to me how you
Foot
shove
to the chest, Leonidas style.
This is the Circus of Wayward Wonders!
And yeah, I kick him into that moat. Let's see what happens. I'm curious.
Yeah, he should get a grab and edge based reaction.
Absolutely. 100% gets the grab and edge reaction.
Basically needs to make a reflex save against, well, it says the climb DC, so I don't know what DC you're gonna use.
Here's the thing.
Are you gonna use his athletics check?
I want to use his athletics check. And this is going to be really hard for Encrisha, this retainer, to make this check. So, reflex save using the grab and edge reaction. 17 on the die is a 23. That is still a failure. The female retainer, Encrisha, as you've heard her name, boots in the air, arms flailing, falls down this moat that just is filled with high velocity winds flying through here. And as soon as she hits the moat, she starts pinwheeling in the other direction, and you just hear her scream echo softly into the distance.
Jesus, it really is bottomless?
It really is bottomless.
Fuck. Don't go down there.
Yep,
I like
stay-
that that
stay
happened,
away
but
from
we also just lost any loot she had on her.
Well,
if it's just a corrupted with
This was going to be a tough fight. Wasn't that the named one?
that was one of the named ones.
they're both named. Cool. Action 3, I activate Flurry of Blows, and I'm going to attack the priest. That's going to be a miss with a 12. And with my second flurry attack, a 22 looks like it hits.
It does.
I will deal that priest 6 points of damage. Fortitude save from that priest, please, for Stunning Fist.
David, you ready for the roll that is potentially going to put a stop to this entire encounter?
Yes,
23.
23 is perfectly
Okay,
successful.
that succeeds. Okay, all right. Then, wow. Kestrel, I am going to give you a hero point.
Yay, I get my
That
hero point
was
back.
fantastically done. I enjoyed all of the optics on that.
You absolute fool putting them 5 foot. from the smoke?
You know, it was a go to protect the priest moment, and that's what happened. After Kestrel, it is the lizard that's to the south of Jebediah, the one being flanked by Turtle and Jebediah, is going to use a 2-action ability called Gout of Acid. And this Gout of Acid is a 15-foot cone. The lizard takes a 5-foot step back to the south and to the west as to catch Jebediah and Savatri in a Gout of Acid. You're both going to need to give me reflex saves.
I'm going to hero point that. Rolled a nat 1. Going from a nat 1 to a nat 20.
Savatri, you obviously critically succeed. This is a basic reflex save, so you take no damage. However, Jebediah Hickburn got a 16. That fails. Jebediah is going to take 7 points of acid damage. This lizard opens its mouth wide, and this just spray of acid comes from its mouth, covering Jebediah and Savatri. Also covering the lizard on the other side of them, but that lizard seems unaffected. Then after that lizard's turn, it is Jebediah's turn. You are currently being grabbed.
I will give a turn to Turtle to run around and flank behind the one grabbing me. And she's gonna bite at this one. It hits
18 does it.
5 damage. And I'll roll my flat DC check to manipulate a swing and succeed, and I'll attack the lizard.
All right. Yeah, Spencer's right. You have to roll a 5 and a flat DC check in order to use the manipulate action, or any action with the manipulative trait.
17.
17 hits. Because the lizard's tripped and flanked right now.
Oh my god. 6 damage? That is dookie.
That's dookie damage, Jeb.
I'll try to swinging again. Can I break a grapple?
You would have to make it the escape action. The escape action.
Which you can use athletics or acrobatics for.
Whichever you prefer. Or a melee attack. However, it does have the attack trait, so since you've already attacked, it would be at a -5.
It'll be more than that 'cause I've attacked twice.
Oh, yeah, that'd be at a -10.
How do you have any actions left?
Oh, you're right. I gave one to Turtle. Sorry. Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Then Moonlight, it's your turn.
Jeb needs to make a persistence
Here.
check.
Failure.
Fails and also takes 3 points of acid damage.
Moonlight's going to try something that is most likely going to fail, but really hoping that maybe the priest rolls a 1. Nope, didn't. I attempted to daze them. They succeeded their will save.
Which means no damage, correct?
No date.
It's still a basic will save,
So it's half damage.
so it's half damage. Basically, I was hoping they would critically fail and would become stunned.
Trying to stop that spell casting.
Right. I mean, as a spellcaster, I just kind of feel like Moonlight would know, like, something's going on here. They have been casting for a really long time. And then my third action, I'm just going to cast Shield.
You're not even in the fucking room. I'm just kidding.
No, but what else am I going to do with my third action?
Cheer
It's-
me up.
Always a good idea. Shield. It's the lizard who currently has Jebediah in its persistently acidic grip. Yeah, I don't see any reason why he wouldn't just keep chewing on Jebediah. So he's just gonna keep chewing on Jebediah with a 13. Gonna keep chewing. Another attack. This one's going to be a 12 to hit. Third action to maintain the grab. Which is going to bring us over to our spellcaster who completed his spell. And this shimmering line appears in the air. Out of that shimmering line pops a watery shark with drilling vortexes for teeth. And the priest at the dais gives that elemental an action. 2 actions. It can only move 15 feet on land, but it's still going to. And it's going to move over to next to Savatri and Jebediah. And is going to make a bite attack against Savatri with 17 to hit.
That's a miss.
Then that leaves the priest with 2 actions in which it uses to cast another spell. This one's called Flaming Sphere, and drops it right on Kestrel.
I roll a critical failure, and I think I'm going to use that hero point you gave me, if that's all right,
That hero point? Okay.
and re-roll that reflex save.
What'd you get for after the
I
hero
get a
point?
28 for the re-roll.
Well spent, because those flaming spheres get nasty.
They do.
All right, then there's just a ball of fire in your 5-foot space that you are dodging out of the way of, but it's still there. Then after the priest, it is Savatri's turn.
I'm gonna battle medicine Jeb.
Thanks, comrade.
23 for the medicine checks. That's a success. You get 12 HP back. Second action, I will attempt to trip lizard number 1, which is the one down to the south. That's not really in combat right now. That's a nat 20.
That's a critical trip, bud.
Hell yeah.
Was a d6 of damage, was it?
Successful trip plus D6, if I remember correctly. Double checking. Yes, it is.
It's 4 damage.
All right.
And third action, I run the fuck away. Really, I'm just gonna run behind Turtle. I feel safe behind Turtle. He's my friend.
Meow. After Savatri, we're to the top of round 3. Nope, sorry, Savatri. Give me a d20 roll for the persistent acid damage that you just took. 6 persistent acid damage.
Got an 18 on the check to get rid of the persistent damage.
Oh yeah.
That does it. So that was a big hit on the persistent acid damage that time around. Kestrel.
Action 1, key strikes. Action 2, activate flurry. 26 to hit,
Oh yeah.
7 damage. Second attack, 22 to hit. Looks like that also hits.
Yes, it does.
8 damage. Action 3, crit fish with a third attack, and that's going to be a miss.
The corrupted priest gets a 10 on its fortitude save.
That is going to be a failure for the stunning fist.
Woof. Is that a critical failure?
No, the save
No.
is 19. So he is stunned 1.
It is the lizard that is on its ass right now. Uses its first action to stand up from the prone condition. Use its second action to stride up to Jebediah. And its third action to make a bite attack against Jebediah with a 28 to hit.
Jeez.
Yes, sir.
28 is a critical hit against Jebediah. That's gonna be 18 points of piercing damage. And persistent damage doesn't stack, so that's not an issue. That was all 3 actions. Jebediah, it's your turn. You're being flanked by the Scaly Boys again.
I'll fail my manipulate check and try again. And do it. Level 2 heal on myself for 2d8 plus 16. I'll heal 24. That's all I can do. And then I fail the persistence.
6 points of acid damage. Moonlight, it's your turn.
Moonlight is going to back away a little bit, and then they are going to cast Grim Tendrils on the Brine Shark and Corrosive Lizard. It's kind of awkward, but the way lines work, that is where I need to be in order to hit those 2.
Okay. So you move deeper into the room in order to be able to line up the Brine Shark and the Lizard.
Correct.
Whenever we say deeper into the room, we mean
Actually,
back.
farther away from the room everybody else is fighting in, and back into the aquarium room. So I'll need fortitude saves from them both.
All right. The Lizard gets a 22, and the Brine Shark gets a 28.
Well, they both fucking succeed, assholes. So it would be 8, so it takes 4
So each of them take 4 damage.
on the lizard. I think I roll them separately. And the other one would be 6, takes 3. And that will be my turn.
It is the lizard's turn, the one that's grabbing onto Jebediah. And he's got himself a tasty treat that he doesn't want to let go of. And he's going to keep chewing on Jebediah. Natural 20 on the dice.
Fuck off.
Making every
Jebediah.
single save, and then he's rolling fucking bombs on his attacks.
Jebediah is going to take 20 points of piercing damage. Then with the lizard's second action, it's going to go ahead and just keep chewing. Going to get a 19 to hit in your flat-footed state and deal you an additional 6 points of damage. After that, we go up to the priest that's on the dais with Kestrel. And with the priest's first action is going to kind of backwards stumble and run away from Kestrel off of the dais and towards the intersecting moats. With its second action is going to sustain the elemental that it summoned. And with his third action is going
Actually, the
to...
first action was stunned.
That's true.
Oh, shit. Fuck. Choices.
Lawyered, bitch.
Yeah. No, that makes a big difference. Threndel here, that's the guy's name. This male priest is really concerned about how close and up in his grill Kestrel is getting. So he's going to lose his first action because of stunned. Still spend his first action to stumble, run down the dais, and with his third action, sustain the flaming sphere, not the summon elemental spell.
Ooh.
The problem with having 2 sustained spells at the same time.
And because the sustain action actually is what allows you to give actions to the thing that you summoned, the brine shark does nothing, and in fact just kind of explodes in this like small spray of dissipated water, like a water balloon popping.
Is that how it works? So that actually goes away if they don't sustain it?
Yep.
Cool.
But with the sustain action they take this flaming sphere.
That's a fair trade-off. That's a fair trade-off.
And it gets it up in your shit again. So give me a reflex save.
Ugh, 14.
14 will fail. Kestrel, you are going to take 13 points of fire damage as the sphere rears back and slams into you.
If only you had a personal rain cloud.
Only. Savatri, it's your turn.
I can cross over these little bridges, no problem, right?
No problem.
Okay, so my first action, I'm going to move 25 feet to cross over both those bridges and get right up in that priest's face.
Oh.
Second action is going to be my focus spell. I'm going to hit him with save for this thing. He critically succeeded,
Rolling that 20 on the die for that will save.
so it is unaffected. There goes
You
my
have one
focus
action.
spell. Third action, I'll just try to trip him.
Never a bad action.
That one.
Wow, dude.
That was a very unlucky turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm going to hero point that. Use my last hero point. I'm going to mute myself and go back to playing Minecraft now.
Was a nat 2.
Oh, yeah. Hero point for a 2 on the die. Which, in this case, is not a critical failure. So you don't have to drop your whip. It's just a regular failure. Kestrel, top around 4.
Indeed. Well, it's a risk getting myself abutted to one of these moats. But I move to the priest's northwest, and I want to say a quippy line like, "Have you learned nothing from your friend?" And athletics check with my second action. Gonna try and kick him into the moat as well. Get a 17 to beat his fortitude DC.
Okay. Well, what do you think?
I think that's going to be right on the edge. It's a caster. My fort's only +8, so my fortitude DC is only 18. Monks have great saves, so I think it's 17 has a shot,
I think it's going to fail.
but it's probably going to fail.
That does fail.
I have a 17, and generally these guys are a little bit better saves than we have.
A little bit higher level. So then with my third action, I will simply activate Flurry and attack. Does the shove have the attack trait? Oh, shit.
It does.
It does.
It does. Okay. All right. Attack number 1. Get a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
2 damage. And attack number 2. Gonna be a miss. And that is the end of my turn.
Then after.
Oh, and I
Kestrel-
need a fortitude save, please.
Aha. Yes, this was
For
for
Stunning Fist.
Fortitude is nat 1 on the die.
That is a critical failure.
And what does that mean with
Stun
Stunning Fist?
Stun
3. Fuck. All right. Well, that happened. Good thing you remembered.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Well, after Kestrel, then we go over to not the lizard that's grabbing Jebediah, but the one that's on the other side. And seeing the situation that's going on the other side of the moats here, that lizard is going to use its 2-action lurching charge ability. And that lizard is going to scuttle up right next to Kestrel. And at the end of that, because he moved more than 20 feet, this jaw attack is going to be at a +2. So it does a 19 hit Kestrel.
A 19 does not hit Kestrel.
All right. Then with its third action, it's going to attempt to attack you again. 10's going to miss.
It does.
Jebediah, it's your turn.
So I'm not grabbed anymore because you forgot to grab me. So,
Oh, did I?
I mean, I'm not going to be a dick like that because you purposely didn't take your third action for that reason. You just never said it.
Oh, but I didn't take the third
Right,
action.
yeah, you did.
Okay.
Action.
I'm pretty sure I was going to renew the grab. I didn't.
All
I
right.
didn't say it though.
Yeah, I have no choice but to attack with everything. So we'll have Turtle go first.
Hey, Spencer. I just looked at the strike action. Strike does not have the manipulate trait.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna complain.
Oh my god.
First bite's a 1. Hey, it's alright. That's why she's going first. 22 to hit.
Is this turtle or you?
This is Turtle still.
Turtle. That 22 will hit.
10 damage.
Nice.
I will use my strikes to this thing. 21.
21 will hit.
10.
You kill it.
Boom.
Can I use a turn to get rid of persistence?
You can use a turn to reduce the DC of the roll that you need to make.
So I'm
A
gonna
turn
take
or
damage.
an
Sorry,
action?
action.
Action, yeah.
Why haven't we picked up any potions on the way in this fight? Alright, I will. Yeah, I'll attempt to make the DC low.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll take it from a 15 down to a 12. Go ahead and make that roll. Well, then Jebediah, you get a 4 to save against persistence, but doesn't quite make it. You take 4 points of acid damage. Moonlight, it's your turn.
Moonlight's gonna move into the room and they're sticking to their spells here. Gonna try that Grim Tendrils again.
All right. That's going to catch both the lizard and the priest, correct?
Correct.
All right. Then the lizard gets a 16 on the fortitude save, and the priest gets an 18.
As both failures. So we will deal them each 6 damage.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Thick, black, imposing tendril lances through the lizard and the priest, and they are both looking real down on health. It is the lizard's turn, and the
That is
lizard
dead.
is not dead. It is dead. Ah, it's dead. Never mind. It's the priest's turn.
Stun 3,
And
bitch.
It spends
Done
its
3.
It spends all 3 of its actions losing all 3 of its actions, which takes us to Savatri.
First action, I will try to trip the priest. 27,
27 is going to be a critical success.
1 damage.
Priest falls and hits his elbow really hard on the stone floor.
Second action, I'm going to battle medicine myself and fail the 14.
Rough.
And third action, I will. Kestrel's doing okay on HP. I'm going to give Kestrel guidance. It's my third action.
Thanks.
I was thinking about running away, but I don't think either one of those things is going to push me into the.
Then Kestrel, it's your turn.
All
Here's
right.
your chance. Take them both down.
I'm going to try. Action 1 will activate Flurry and attack the priest first.
Yeah, guidance on your first hit.
Thank you. I get a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Would a 16 have missed?
On the priest?
Yeah.
Yes, it would have.
Thanks. So
Buffs for the win.
6 damage.
6 damage. You punch the priest right in the nose and it bloodies it. The
Still
priest is still alive.
Attack 2 from Flurry. Ooh, a 12 is going to miss.
It will.
With my second action, we'll just attack again at the priest. Desperation. That's going to miss. And with third action, I am going to simply cast Shield. But I do need another Fortitude save from the priest.
Priest gets a 13 to save.
That fails. The priest will be stunned 1 next round.
All right.
That's crazy that a critical failure goes from 1 to 3. That's so nice.
It made a huge difference this combat. In fact, the
Flaming Sphere would be gone.
this flaming sphere is gone specifically because of that stun 3 that occurred. So nothing like just deleting a second level spell. Then after Kestrel, it is the lizard, the remaining lizard that's here, is going to take kind of a step to the side closer to the dais so as to get Kestrel and Savatri in its gout of acid. You both need to give me reflex saves.
Spots got a 20.
I get a 13.
All right. 20 is a success. 13 is a failure. So, Kestrel, you'll take this damage. Savatri, you'll take half of this damage. Total of 9.
That's terrible 3d6 rolls.
Yeah, it's really bad.
That's like me rolling damage. Nah, that's even better than me rolling
No,
damage.
I was
There's
gonna
no
say
ones in there.
It's not quite that bad. It is Jebediah's turn.
Jeb's just gonna kind of fall to his knees and give Turtle his turn. And Turtle will run all the way to the west to flank Last Lizard
Nice.
and attempt a bite. 26.
Hell yeah.
26 is a critical hit specifically because of flanking.
Hell yeah.
15.
15 damage. That is going to kill that lizard outright.
And Jebediah will take 2 full turn actions to try to get this acid off of it.
Ah, okay. I'll bring your save down to a 10 with that.
Hit me with that D6. Don't be a 6.
All right. Yeah, you are going to have to take this d6 damage. You take 4 points of acid damage.
But you rolled an 18, so you beat that persistence.
Yep. Then after Jebediah, who is just barely clinging to life, wiping acid off of him.
It's all stuck in his beard. That'd be the worst.
Moonlight, it's your turn.
Moonlight's gonna pull out their trusty book.
Oh no, you didn't.
And we're gonna throw it at him. 27 to hit.
Fake, that's a critical hit. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a critical hit.
23 damage.
Wow.
Very good.
You want to know how much HP the priest had left?
1.
Yes.
Always when I get the critical, that means they're at like 2 hit points left.
Right. Which book do you use? Do you use one of the Golden Laws books, or?
No, not yet. It's only if we keep those. I just used one of the random ones that I had picked up for, specifically for throwing it at people.
Oh, you must be quite the reader.
These are weapons.
Congratulations, party. You
Boom.
successfully removed the last of the corrupted Gazran priests and retainers of the hermits of the Blessed Lightning.
Woo! Dungeon cleared! Village saved! We are heroes! And we're not even through book 1! So join us again next week as we continue the Extinction Curse. And until then, may you have many great adventures of your own.
It's your turn.